Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make something absolutely beautiful. So I've been making these charms with these little flowers on them. I got these very exciting Chameleon powders from Resin. They're called Chameleon powders. But I got a pack of 10 here, and there's all different colors, some gorgeous colors. So I got super excited about it and started making these little flowers with them and just adding them to some of the charms that I've already made. Look how cute that is. Like, isn't that adorable? And I just got to put a bail on it and a chain. I originally started because this one got a bubble in it and I didn't realize it until I was done with it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a bubble. So I made one of these little flowers to cover the bubble with, and I was like, dang, that's really cute. Even green, you know, it's like really cute. So then I just started adding them to some of my other pieces. So I thought it would be a nice time to make one with you guys. So I'm first gonna start over here with my dichroic film. I've got two different colors here that I'm just gonna fuse together because I wanna use these two colors. They kind of together make with a black background anyway, make a sort of pinkish purplish. So here we go. We got our heat gun and we're just gonna heat those on both sides and just kind of fuse them together. So then we're gonna cut our shape out. I know I use a lot of hearts and ovals and probably more hearts and squares are probably my two most popular ones, but those just come out really cute and they're really easy, and I've gotten really used to them, and there's so many different kinds you can make. Let's flip this over. We'll fuse a little on this side. I definitely want to use the other side though. So I want this side to be the side that shows, because that side, we're gonna put that way over here so I don't touch it because that sucker is hot. So look, you can't really tell, I guess, how it's gonna look from there, but it's really a cool color. So then we're gonna use some of our glow-in-the-dark violet. It's kind of sandy, gritty type, but I mix it with my clear hard resin from UV Resin, and I mix it together and it glows in the dark, and it really glows for a long time. Like, I've made so many pieces and they're out here on the table, and when I turn off the light at night, there's like 75 glowing pieces on this table. That's unreal. I just wanted to put my gloves on because, you know, I hate the way that sticky resin gets stuck to my fingers and then I gotta clean them off and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I have to do the same when I have gloves on, but it doesn't irritate me as much. So let's move this to the side just for a second. So here's our dichroic film. We are going to do a heart shape. So let me find the best spot to cut that out in. I think maybe this corner here would be good. And you know, I like to use my little cuticle scissors here just because they're curved and they seem to cut the best when doing like these curved edges. Straight ones are a little different, obviously, but these little curved edges do really good with these hearts. Just kind of got to get the gist of it, and then we'll cut that off from there. Okay, let's set that aside. We're gonna probably cut down the middle here just a little bit. I know that seems a little backwards, but what did I just do? Like, I just separated them. I guess I didn't glue them together, heat them together enough to make them stick as well as I thought I did. Anyway, well, that's all right. We can do them separate. No big deal. Guess I need to sharpen my scissors. You know, one of the best ways to sharpen scissors Let me know in the comments if you guys know. What's one of the best ways to sharpen scissors? I know, you just cut aluminum foil with them and that will sharpen them. So apparently I need to do that. I do have some aluminum foil. So that is for another time. So let's set that aside. That looks bigger on one side than the other, but let's see how it looks in our mold. Let's push these up here just a little bit. And that fits pretty good in the one side. So we'll trim this other side just a skosh. Well, it's more than a skosh, but all these little pieces sticking to the gloves. And the gloves aren't sticky, but they seem to be static sticking. Well, I didn't realize these scissors were so dull until just now. And I've been using them all day. Anyway. Okay. That looks good. That's gonna fit perfectly. So, put that aside. So what we're gonna start by doing here is we are going to start, we're gonna fill this up just a little bit, just to get it started. And then I may do some of my interference red over that. To give it sort of a haze, but then the colors from it'll make the colors from the flowers stand out even more. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. Let's cure that real quick. Okay, that's ready to go. I need to sharpen these scissors ASAP. Okay, so we're gonna start by mixing. Let's get our interference red out. That's there. And then we're gonna start mixing our background color that's gonna go behind the heart in our little dish here. So we're gonna get some of this is diamond dust. Actually, I bought it at Walmart. It just came in like a little packet with like 4 other colors. It came with this one, which is like a copper. It came with a silver and it came with a black. But I like the diamond dust the best. It's my favorite. We're gonna put some of the purple glow in the dark in there. And we're gonna set that back aside. And then we're gonna get our UV resin here. And we're going to add that to our mixture, and then we're just going to mix it up. I like to make a little extra because sometimes I can use it for other stuff. Although, if you leave the glow-in-the-dark resin overnight, it doesn't cure, but it makes it really, really thick and sticky. So if you're going to make extra, make sure you use it that night. Even if you add more resin to it, it seems to still be like really sticky the next day. So if you have to, if you do choose to make a little more or you don't use it all, try to use as much as you can that same day and not keep it overnight. Okay, here's interference red. Here, this is cured. Let's get our little, this is our interference brush, just a tiniest little brush there with just a little bit of powder on it. And we're just gonna go over this part that we just poured here and cured. I guess I used a little too much, but it's okay. Well, no. Okay, we'll just, yeah. So you want to make sure you don't scratch it. You got to be careful you don't touch it or scrape it, because then you're going to have lines in it and we don't want that. So let's close that up, put that away. I am prone to spilling things, so We are going to add another little layer of our UV resin here. You can already see that showing up as the interference red kind of shows up in it. Just a light layer, nothing fancy. I kind of like to roll it around, make sure I get the bubbles to the top, because I do not like bubbles in any of my creations. And that just pops them real quick. Okay, we're going to flip this over. And we're going to put that in too, because we want that right there in the, get my tweezers out. Kind of just, I like to submerge it so that the edges are kind of covered with the resin. That way I know it's kind of locked into place and there probably isn't any bubbles underneath it. Although the best way that I have that works for me to check for bubbles is I grab my UV light here. Am I even in? Okay. Grab my UV light here and then I stick it underneath the edge of the table here and just look for bubbles. I do not have any bubbles except for one tiny one here at the bottom, so we'll pop that one right here. And then we'll go ahead and cure that. Actually, let's make sure the whole thing is covered with just a thin layer. Can you guys see that okay? With just a thin layer of UV resin. All right, that seems to be covered pretty good. Okay, let's cure that. Oop. Doesn't really matter, we're going to be putting a layer of this purple over it, but I've got to cure it from both sides. I need to get a new light, one of the over and under lights I call it, because it cures both sides at the same time. I just put my scissors over there so I remember to. Okay, here's our beautiful purple. This is the purple glow in the dark. And then we got to make our flower still as well. So here's our little flower mold that I've been using for all these little flowers I'm making. I just love it. So we can do that while that's curing up. Let's put this aside. So how you do these, I like it both ways. I like it when it's dark in the middle with lighter on the edges, and I also like it with lighter in the middle and dark on the edges. So for this one, I think we're gonna do dark in the middle. Can you guys see that? That powder there. Then we're gonna do dark in the middle for this one. Actually, let's do both, and then we'll see how it comes out. See which one we like better. And then put this around the edges of the other one. It is very dark purple, very, very pretty, vibrant color. I just love, love, love these Chameleon powders. They're just so easy to work with, and they come out stunning. Like the color that's in the jar is actually the color that you get. I mean, it's really, really dynamic. Super, super. Only thing is we use the same brush for all the colors, so, but I just tap it off and keep going. Keep it moving. Okay, let me flip this over, cure it from this side while I'm finishing this up. So much fun. Okay, let me blow off the excess. I probably need a little vacuum cleaner here or something. All right, that's those. Can you guys see that? We got dark. One's dark and light in the middle, and one's dark in the middle and light around the outside. I don't know which one I want to use yet, so we'll figure that out in a minute. I just tap off my little paintbrush there, and then just spritz a little alcohol on my table and wipe it off with a paper towel. Just kind of clean it up. Just so that I'm not sticking my arm in it, because I will do that and then walk around with it, go to the store and all kinds of other fun things. And then remember later that I had it all over my arm. So I'm just gonna put some resin on this little mold here of these little flowers. I don't make them very thick because I want them to sit on top as flat as they can on top of these, you know, on top of these little guys here. So I do use super glue when I glue them on. Where is my little toothpick here? I use this to pop the bubbles and to kind of help spread the resin around without messing up my chameleon powders. I know Daniel Cooper uses these to mix with. I don't know how he does it, but he's fantastic. I watch so much of his stuff, so much of his resin creations and his tests, and he is absolutely fantastic. If you guys watch him, tell me in the comments that you guys watch him too, that I'm not the only one sitting out here, although I know he's very, very popular in the resin world because he does so many experiments just randomly. Stuff that you wouldn't think goes together, just does. And he will test it. All right, let's get that going. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh, can you guys see that so far? Look at how pretty that is. Pretty, pretty. All right, now we're gonna add our purple to the back side. Can you guys see that? Wow, this is, I'll move that over just a skosh. Okay, can you guys see that? All right, here's our purple and our whatchamacallit, our diamond dust. We're just gonna pour that on the back of here. Kind of spread that around. We want that kind of flat as well, but I like to fill it to the top at least to make sure that it comes out in the right shape, and yeah. Make sure we don't have any bubbles. I'll torch it in a second. My mold, and I got, you know, the same one as Daniel, is a lot more worn than his. He covers his with the plastic that he originally got it with. That's how he says he keeps his so nice, but I never did that and didn't save the plastic. So, and I've cleaned mine with alcohol too, so you're not supposed to do that. But I find if it's got like sticky resin bits and stuff like that on it, the alcohol is the best way. But then when I do clean it with some kind of like Dawn dish detergent or something like that, then I'm gonna flip these over and do the other side. I don't get everything off. Like it doesn't get all the glitter off, or the, you know, the resin pieces. Sometimes they stay crusty on here and whatever. So we just do our best. That's all we do. That's all we can do. So let me put some of these beautiful pieces I've already done over here on the side, just so they're not in the way. There's so many combinations you can make, you know. I just try and find a color that goes with whatever the piece is, and I just got to put a bail on these and put a chain on them. I got one on my neck too. This purple one. See how pretty? It's just a silver, you know, silver and iridescent background that I had made that I put a chain on, and I've been wearing that one all day because I got a little purple in this gray shirt. It's kind of a baggy whatever shirt, but it's comfy, so that's why I'm wearing it. All right, let's put 150 seconds on that one. Those are good. Let's go ahead and demold those. Can you guys see? Look how pretty. All right, let's demold this one. Okay. Which one do you like better? Well, I guess we should get our piece out. You know, once our piece is cured, then we can decide which one looks better on it. And sometimes you just have to put it on there and just look at it, you know, and then figure it out. So we're gonna set these to the side here. They're so cute though. They do need something in the middle. They do have a little hole in the middle. I don't know if that's so you can make them into beads or just, you know, just so you can put something cool in the middle, but I'd like to put something in the middle. This diamond dust, you know, our purple is pretty cool, but I don't know how much that'll show up, or do we want it to show up? We'll probably need to cure this from the front as well. Look at our little mold, it's so cute. They're not very see-through, so sometimes they don't, I mean, thankfully these are thin, so they cure pretty good, but sometimes if I use these types of molds that are really for food, I think, for making thicker things, I have to cure them extra long. That's why I kind of want a better curer, a better UV light. But my car's making a clicking noise from the right front tire, so since I got my tires rotated before I went away last weekend, I noticed it after we came back, so I gotta have that looked at, so I don't want to do anything expensive before then. So I'll have that looked at tomorrow. And my daughter wants to get her permit. She's 15, so we want to do that as well this week. So that's almost done. Nice and hot. It's curing, it's almost done. And then we're gonna figure out what we're putting in the middle of these guys. I did some of them, I did put these, you know, these are just like a little, can you see that? I don't know if you can even see that. And there's just a little piece of glitter. That's good. Let's flip it over. We're gonna do this side. We'll do 60 seconds on that side. What should we put in the middle here? Maybe just the diamond dust. What do you think? Just some diamond dust? Just some diamond, well, that's got some green mixed in with it too. I don't know if we want to use that. So as I was saying, like if you leave it overnight, this one I left overnight, so it's pretty sticky. Kind of, yeah, kind of gross. So what you really need to do, what I usually do, is I'll cure it and then just peel that out, which is really simple. And then I started keeping the bits because, I don't know, who was it? A Coastal Magnolia, I think? She was saying save them and then she uses them for other projects. And she's got like tubs and tubs full of pieces that she's saved, like pieces of resin and stuff from things she's, you know, you clip off the edges off of here and she saves them and then she picks out all the colors. She had picked out all the colors and glued them all onto this like shark or something. It looks so amazing. Like it was the coolest. It was really, really neat. She does a lot of really neat stuff. If you guys have the time, go check out her channel, A Coastal Magnolia. She just does some fantastic work. So here we are. All right, this is the back. I'm gonna pop it out. There we go. And we'll flip it over. Ah, look at that. That is gorgeous. With that interference red on it, it kind of gives it a little haze on the front, and then we got our two colors, our dichroic film behind that, and then we got purple glowing through and purple around the edges too. That is really cool. And then we're gonna put let's put that to the side. Then we're gonna put our flower on, and we can put it in the middle, we can put it at the bottom. Can you guys see? Okay. We can put it at the bottom, we can put it up here in the corner. Do we like that one better or that one better? What do you think? The light one or the darker one? I'm leaning towards the lighter one. I think the lighter one, this one, I don't know if that's lighter, but I'm thinking that one looks really pretty. Let's do that one. The other one is just a skosh too bold to me. So we got to put a middle in here. Let's see if we can put some of this purple here. Let's put that, just a dot of that in the middle. Yeah, that's cute. Just a little dot. There we go. Let's cure that real quick. And then we will glue this on to our heart, and then we will be done. I just use Gorilla Super Glue to glue these on, and that seems to work really well. The one I'm wearing, I've been wearing all day, and I ran errands in it. I walked Wishbone 2 miles in it, and it has not faltered one bit. It didn't get stuck on anything. It's been fantastic. So I use this for all of my art projects. I glue all my bales on with it, and they seem to hold really, really well. So I love Gorilla Super Glue. No, I'm not endorsed by anybody. I'm just telling you what I use and what I feel like works. Okay, that's probably enough. Yeah, that's good. So, should we put it up in the corner, in the middle? Not in the middle. I think in the corner. Let's put it in the corner here. That looks really cute, in my opinion. We just need a dot, really. And then put it on. Now what I did on one of my other ones was just put it where I want it, and then put, if it's sliding one way or the other, just balance something next to it so that it doesn't move while it dries. Oh my gosh, that's so cute, you guys. We did such a good job. Yay. I love it. I love how it came out. I think it looks fantastic. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. I really missed you. I really have. I started another poem the other day. I actually have 2 of them started. I can tell you that I don't feel inspired at this time to write poetry. I'm inspired to do this. So this is what I'm just kind of following along, since it seems to be what I'm enjoying the most at the moment, or in the moment. So I'm so glad you guys are here with me too. This is fun. It's still wet, but I can show you. And then we'll put a bale on it. Look how cute that is. That is really, really nice. Look at those colors, like just, very unique, very fun, very simple to make, and just, wow. Just need to put a bale on it and put it on a necklace. That's that. Lots of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And there it is. Lovely. Lovely and fun. And where is it? There we go. It's hard to see because it's at a weird angle for me. But anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. We'll make another one soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we will see you next time. I love you. Bye.